Hoshimachi SUISEI from Hololive. She is definitely more than just a VTuber, although she is a really cool VTuber as well. I like watching her clips. They're often quite funny. But she is also, I think most people would agree, she is the musical face of Hololive. Her songs have really taken off. And as someone who's been enjoying a lot of the Hololive stuff, and I would say a lot of the time enjoying both the Hololive humor, the Hololive clips, the Hololive live streams, but I got into it through just enjoying the songs and the song arrangements, things like the Mikorone, stuff like that. You know, those are the things that really brought me into Hololive. And it's cool because when we look at what SUISEI often does, she's working with songs that are not quite as crazy and out there as some of the other songs, but they tend to be like on that nice balance between the creative spark that often is very noticeable in Hololive songs and also kind of having a mainstream pop appeal. And I say that in the way that you can only really say it in Japan. Because when you say mainstream pop appeal in most countries, you start to think of some really bad music. But when you say mainstream pop appeal in Japan, you start to think of things like Yoasobi, Ado, Mrs. Green Apple, this kind of stuff. You have really good music. There is some really great mainstream music in Japan. And I feel like SUISEI has balanced that wonderfully, quintessentially Japanese quality of being both mainstream and yet quirky and interesting. Now, of course, I mentioned the Ado there. Some people have made the reference to a similarity between the expressive vocal style of Ado and SUISEI before. I've got to be honest, I like SUISEI's feel that, you know, she's got this really good balance between kind of light and calm vocals, but she can punch in the power as well. She's got a really good style. I really enjoy it. But I realised that as much as I've seen a lot of the popular songs, I've obviously seen the Mikome song, Sugar Rush, I've seen Bibi Diva, everyone's seen Bibi Diva just being in Japan. You heard it when that came out, it was everywhere. I'm going to get copyright struck for that. And, you know, so it was... And I really like Caramel Pain that came out recently. I thought that was amazing. Really like the video for that as well. So I wanted to go back and check out some older songs. And this is one that came up. So I know she's got older songs than this, but this was only a year ago. So I'm just going back a little bit. I'm expecting another super creative video, as tends to be the case. I will say that the name of this song, so it's in katakana. So katakana is the Japanese alphabet usually used when the words that you're saying are not words of Japanese origin, so probably something that makes sense in another language. But I'm reading it as riware, and I can't think what riware means. Maybe it's not English, maybe it's a word in a different language, but what is riware? I don't know. But maybe we're going to find out. This song is 3 minutes and 53 seconds. Hoshimachi SUISEI excellence. Let's dive in and have a listen and see what we think afterwards. So yeah, I'm expecting great vocals. I'm expecting another one of those videos. The videos for SUISEI's videos, the songs, MVs are always really cool. So I'm expecting more of that. I don't know, maybe my expectations are too high, but let's jump in and see. This one has 29 million views from only 1 year ago, so... I mean, SUISEI has some high figures, but that's some high figures. Let's have a listen. Oh, yeah, all right. No hanging about. Oh, I am liking the energy of this straight off the bat. That sliding bass with the piano, accenting the chords. That's funky. And again, that chilled control she has to her voice. Building it up. Oh, that was interesting. Where are the chords going? That is an interesting chorus. I'm going to need to run that one round a few times to really take it in. Ooh. Now that hyperactive rolling rhythm. And the bass has gone all slap. The piano, the brass, everything's just going kind of like gently crazy. Alright, let's try this chorus again. I really like that chorus, but it's so weird. Classic J-pop, throw in a guitar solo. Ooh, that's cool. Back to the basic funk again. Build it back up. Why is she hanging out in a gyroscope, by the way? Well, this was a bundle of surprises. Do you know this Soirée? Oh, should have guessed. Soirée. Soirée. It's like the French word for like a sort of a soiree, like a fancy party or something. I don't know. It's like a show kind of word. Anyway, I don't know, but fancy name. This song, okay, we have got a lot to discuss here. First of all, obviously, as always, give a shout out to the credits. Everyone who was involved, great stuff. There's some names here that I'm seeing are familiar. Kenji Kawasaki. I wish I could remember which songs exactly I remember everyone from. Unity engineer Ayano. I'm thinking of Ayano from Folio. I'm guessing it's not the same. So when you have a one name, it kind of draws that comparison. You got like all these wonderful people involved. This is incredible. Music was by Takahashi Iwami. Lyrics as well. Okay, this is great. Right, we need to dive into this because there is so much to talk about. I think this is a fair competitor for, alongside Caramel Pain, perhaps being my favourite Suisei song so far. I really like this, but the interesting thing is when I first heard Caramel Pain, in a similar way to what I feel is the case with this. So first time I heard Caramel Pain, I remember liking it, but I wasn't like sort of mad about it. I just kind of liked it. But it was one of those songs that it did take a little bit of time for it to sink in with me, just because not because the song didn't work, but because it's one of those songs that had a lot of interesting developmental aspects. You know, when you kind of know where the song's going, the initial fun of the surprise is replaced by the feeling of excitement by sort of going through the steps and knowing what it's building up to. With a song like this, so much about where this song was going, so much about the direction from the very first note was kind of not what I guess I would expect from Suisei. So I was kind of like holding on for dear life with all the changes in this song, really enjoying it. And I feel a lot like Caramel Pain. I get the feeling this is going to be one that I'm going to like more and more and more. And this song, just off the bat, has a lot of aspects that personally appeal to me a little bit. Hashtag no bias. I do like that it's got this sort of the brass in the background. It's got a funky bass line. It's got these changes where, you know, sort of the rhythm is changing up. You know, the first verse is very sort of open style funk. The second verse is funky again, but it's this kind of like really kinetic funk with like little bits just popping in here and now, like quick runs on the piano, quick snap line on the bass, and you know the brass just has a couple of little pop notes here and there. It becomes a very different type of funkiness, a much more kinetic one, where instead of like the funkiness being caused by the spaces between the notes, the funkiness is caused by just sort of like the blur of sounds just popping in and out randomly. Little changes like that, the big chorus that kind of has this active, kinetic, thick feeling. There's so much to get your ears around, so much to really enjoy. I love that. I love the fact that Suisei's voice is allowed to go through that full range, where in the verses she's kind of calm and chill, she's doing her thing, and then it builds up, and then the chorus she gets to sing better than me, because I can't sing. Why am I using an American accent? Who knows? Anyway, this, honestly, I really enjoyed this. But we do have to bring it round to that chorus, because that chorus, boy oh boy. You know how I said that this is one of those songs that's likely to grow on me with time? I think that chorus is part of it, because that is a chorus. It's not your conventional earworm catchy chorus where you repeat 3 or 4 chords and chant a line that's very easy to remember. This had quite an interesting chord pattern. The chord spacings were unusual. Each chord that followed the one before was not the one you'd naturally expect. It had that sort of, it had like a key change in the middle of the chorus where it starts off in one key and then you get that break down and then it goes up in a different key, but then also a slightly different melody. It's not an immediate earworm in that it's not an easy chorus just to sort of remember and recycle. It's one that you'd have to listen to several times, but I get the feeling. But it's not a bad melody. It's just not one of those melodies that immediately sticks with you. It's one of those ones that you really have to kind of like listen to and take in. But I get the feeling that if you listen to this song over and over several times, no doubt, I think after maybe second or third listen, I think that chorus would stick with you. Partly because the brilliant build-up, partly because it's got so much... Again, just like the arrangement in the chorus is so thick, the melody and the chord pattern, the arrangement is thick at any given second, but the actual moment-to-moment chord pattern and melodic development are also really interesting and not complacent in any way. And this is just full of cool stuff. I love the fact that it allows itself to reset with that... bridge where it breaks down to simple kind of funkiness again, but when it does that in the bridge, you can get a little bit of an acoustic guitar, tiny bit of a Latin feel going on there before bursting into the final chorus. The video, I like the aesthetic, the kind of like the stage performance aesthetic with like the little sliding backdrops. This is really cool. The weird thing going on with the gyroscope there. I was wondering if they were going to start spinning her around, but luckily they didn't. The whole it's like one of those gyroscopic compass things, isn't it, that they used to use for navigating where the stars were in the sky. Can't remember what they're called. It's not a compass. It's got a different name. Is it sextant? Maybe. Anyway, I just kind of love the whole vibe of that. Again, it's got this sort of like large stage show performance that plays well with the kind of big bombastic brass band playing in the background, kind of musical feeling that you could attribute to the sonic qualities of this song. This was just a ton of fun. I really like this. I definitely feel this is one that the more I listen to, the more I'm going to take it in and enjoy it, the more I'm going to enjoy those developments. The video is great. The music gives you tons to get your ears into, and at the same time it feels genuinely joyous and active and interesting, and there's not an air of complacency about this at all. This is what I mean about when you can make pop music that is art. Pop music that's genuinely artistically really interesting. So it's definitely a pop song, but at the same time, as someone who just loves the artistry of songwriting and song performance, I can listen to this and go, wow, there is so much to get my ears into. So I like this so much. By the way, quick one. We have a Discord community, and we want more people who watch the videos to join the Discord community. Our Discord community's been around for years. We talk about all different types of music. Everything is welcome. The only thing we say, keep your minds open, discuss with other people. It's a really friendly community. We'd like to invite you. Please join our Discord community. The link is in the description below. Please come over there, have chats with people. It's a great place to find new music and have a little bit of opinion in what I listen to as well. So yeah, this was awesome. We have like Twitch streams and all that stuff as well. But anyway, look, the main thing, I just want to say a big thank you to you for watching this. Get in the comments. Tell me what you think. I am so excited to check out more Hololive music and more Suisei music as well. And until I hopefully see you very soon for the next one of these here in Japan. For now, ciao, ciao.